let's go and get into this arc. So they go to the U.S.J. and they're supposed to be doing a rescue mission. All Might has extended. He's basically overused his quirk. He's expended his quirk because he's been saving people all morning and he needs to rest. So he doesn't show up. So it's just Aizawa and it's Aizawa and 13. Wait, yeah, that was her name, 13, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Aizawa and 13, and the kids. Originally they were supposed to be doing a rescue exercise. Unfortunately for them, the League of Villains show up with. Let me see if I can remember the guy's name. Tomoru Shigaraki. Did I get it? Did I get it? I think I got it.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think. And I forgot the other guy's name. But
Mr. Warpgate.
The guy with the Warpgate. They show up with.
I just call.
Go ahead.
I just call him Warpgate. I just call him Mr. Warpgate. It's just so much easier. It's like I cannot remember your name for the life of me, so I just named him Mr. Warpgate.
And it's sad because like what I mentioned earlier about the fact that the show constantly puts people's name and quirk up there. I always forget. I think it started with a K though. Hold on. Let me see if I can pronounce this. Kirogiri. Okay, yeah, that's it. So Kirogiri and Shigaraki, they show up with all of their villains, and they got a plan to kill All Might. They show up with Nomu also. That's the first time we get to see Nomu, and now it's just chaos. It is just freaking chaos. 13 tries to take down Kirogiri, and all of the students get split up. Bakugo and what's his face? The guy with the hardening quirk.
Kirishima.
Yeah, Kirishima. Him and Kirishima, they try to attack Warpgate. They get warped. Everybody gets separated, and now everybody's fighting for their life. And I love this. I like this arc. I thoroughly enjoyed this. Something that I really liked. So Suyu, or Sue, we can just call her Sue, as she always keeps saying. She has to keep reminding Midoriya to do that. I like the fact that they showed and they've put an emphasis on the fact that she's like, no matter the situation, she is calm. She is calm the whole time, and they got lucky that she was teleported in the area with the water and everything. And I love what the three of them do together to get out of their situation and take down those villains, those small villains that they had to take down. With let me make sure I can remember the guy's name. Mineta, with Mineta throwing the balls to basically get those villains stuck together and kind of like wrap them up in a ball, and then Izuku firing a smash in order to make the water make the water go to the center in like a whirlpool or whatever. Like I like that. I like how they did it. It was very creative, and honestly, like I said, this is well written, very well written arc. But I'm gonna actually let you talk a lot about this. I'm gonna let you get your word in first.
Oh, you mean some first? You already jumped on it, man. I love this arc. Yeah, we introduced it though. You introduced it though, but it's good. It's good. It's fine.
Man, you knew what I meant.
Let me get it. Anyway, I absolutely love this arc, and it was a great way to cap off like season 1 altogether, because like just as you said, it split everybody up. It showed them that they could actually like handle the villains, especially like these no-name generic ass villains that that Shigaraki just rounded up and just brought them to this. Like, and it's like, oh, these kids are fucking kicking ass. absolutely love. It's like these guys are absolutely getting their asses kicked, and they even know they're like, we're getting our ass kicked by a couple of kids, man. What the hell is going on here?
Especially with Shoto. They're like, what in the world is this kid on?
Oh my god, like Todoroki, man, I swear, like him and his like bootleg ass like Gen 1 Terminator look that he had going here. I hate his first look. I hated it. I hated it. Thank God they updated him. Like he was kicking ass. He was kicking so much ass. Bakugo, Kirishima, obviously those two are obviously kicking ass. And Kirishima is like the only one who actually has like real respect for Bakugo. He thinks he's like real manly and shit. So they start having that's where their romance started. That's where their bromance started out, and it's like that really comes into play later on as the series progresses too, which is another seed planted too. It's like I love the seeds that they planted in season 1, and just like it develops. I love the fucking development of shit in the series. It's amazing. It's amazing to me.
Like I said, well written. It's a well written show.
Yeah, exactly. Especially like when I think about that bromance, that friendship, quote unquote, that Kirishima and Bakugo have, it even develops in season 2. Like this is where it started, and it's like when we get to season 3, with what happens, it's like okay, Horikoshi, you knew what you were doing. You knew what you were doing on this one, but yeah. After a little whirlpool thing, let's go back to Midoriya and Sue and freaking Mineta. Mineta's over there freaking fuck out like, we're gonna die, man. We're gonna die. I didn't sign up for this shit. Man. I wanted some hot ass women. It's some bullshit, man. He is that guy. He is this guy.
He needs to wait until the pro heroes come.
He becomes that guy who freaks out over every damn thing. It's like,
nah, well, go ahead, man. Finish.
No, that's the moment that turned me on him. That's the thing that turned me into like, okay, he's hilarious, but he's still a giant ass perv, and that is like, okay, I guess we're gonna have to have like. It's a double-edged sword. I like him, and then one moment I can hate him the next minute. So it's like he had that. He walked that line, especially in that point, because I was like dead ass laughing when he was freaking out, and while Midoriya is like kind of freaking out, he's kind of figuring out what to do, and then that little whirlpool thing that they do, and we see Mineta like throwing his like. I don't even know like how his like great balls work, man. It's like is he taking?
And as he's throwing them, he's like, "Takes my what he say? He said like, takes my balls or something like that. Takes my sweaty balls or something. He said something like that. He was like, takes my sweaty balls or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. And here's the other thing about his quirk that like freaks me out to this day. It's like, is he taking a part of his actual skull in doing this? Like, how the hell is it?
Like, that's his hair. It's his hair, I assume.
That's just nasty.
If he uses it too much, is like gonna bleed or whatever.
I know I got dandruff, but that's just sick. That's just sick. I remember, yeah, he bleeds when he takes too much off of him. But after they get out of that scrape.
But hold on, before you go on, let me just say this. When I brought up the fact that Midoriya is a crybaby, here's the difference between him and Mineta. I mean, you get why Izuku's crying, you know, his circumstances and everything. But when Mineta's crying, it's like, dude, shut up. Like, you're supposed, like, you want to be a hero. Like, you're gonna have to get used to these situations. Like, I get that he's freaking out, but it's just like, at the same time, are you sure? And this is something that Suyu brought up. She's like, Mineta, are you sure you want to be a hero?
You sure you're cut out for this? I can't do her voice. I'm not even gonna try.
But yeah, continue.
Oh yeah, well, everyone's separated. Ida and I think Mina and a few others are still at the entrance and they're holed up by a Nomu.
Yeah, Shoji and Sato are also with them.
Yeah, and I guess what was her name? The black hole hero. What was her name again?
Oh, 13?
13. That she's already injured. She's already like taken out. Um, fighting in Nomu and he's fucking losing. So they're all like, okay, either you need to get the hell out of here. You can run. You obviously are the fastest here. You get the hell out of here. You go get help. We'll try to hold on here for as long as we can. They all like team up to get him out of there, and so he can run and get All Might, which eventually happens because all of them were about to die by the time like All Might shows up. And when he shows up, that motherfucker's upset. That smile is gone. That smile is gone. It's replaced by, yes, someone here is going to die today. When he shows up, I'm like, oh my god, the smile's gone. Somebody about to die. He rips the tie off and shit. He's about to go ham on these Nomos, man. I swear, it was the most hyper shit when I first saw it. I was geeking out, man. I don't care. It's like, it's very few shows now and very few things that can make me go like, oh, 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 shit's about to go down. Oh my god, this is the hypest shit ever. It's very little things that do that now. It's very little.
Yeah,
that moment right there.
That fight with him and Nomu is one of the best, like, that animation. And
that animation as well as everything else.
We did also skip, obviously, Aizawa fighting all those dudes and stuff, using his quirk to cancel everybody out. And man, they knocked this, man. They beat him to a bloody pulp. The Nomu just messed him up, just completely.
And freaking Shigaraki about to like kill Deku like before All Might showed up with his decay quirk. Like I swear it's like one of the most OP things in this entire show, which is like it makes sense. It makes sense for his type of character because he even used it on Izawa too, like for a minute. And I think Shigaraki can even see like the All Might in Deku when he was about to like go when Deku was like flying toward him with a punch. He could actually like see it in him. He's like, okay, I can already tell that this kid's gonna get on my damn nerves. He already knew. So you're like, at this point, Izuku already made himself a target, and that's after All Might came out. They saved their asses.
Oh yeah, let's make sure we mention the fact that when All Might shows up and Deku already knows that he doesn't have that much time left. He's already exhausted his quirk today, and then now with his injury, I don't know how much more time that he can take, and he's already he's saying, I tried to do a smash on Nomu and it didn't work. All for one, and then cause you can tell he was about to, mention his quirk and everything like that. I'm like, Deku, Izuku, come on, man. This is what I was talking about earlier. Every 5 seconds is he about to, slip up. You get other people are around you, man. And then, All Might just gives him the dumb up. He's like, listen, I got this. I'm All Might. I got this. But he's always about to slip up.
Yep. Oh, Lord. Man, again, the way this ended and the way, after the dust settled and everyone's gotten their bearings together, Shigaraki already has, like I said, he already has Deku on his list now. All Might's obvious up there on this list. And he knows that these kids are like, okay, I need to plan better. These kids about to, I need to watch out for all you little bastards because, I cannot have this again. The seeds are planted. And All Might can, almost reverts back to his, skinny form like that moment with him and Deku while the smoke was going on was like coming off of him,
Yeah. Once
and they had
once
a
all
moment.
the
I'm
villains
like,
arrive. I mean, not the villains. Once all the heroes arrive. Once Ida comes back with the heroes. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, and
yeah,
Kirishima almost sees him.
yeah. I was that part was like, oh, you put the
It's like you about to get caught. That secret
you
about to
about to
be
get
out.
fucking caught.
But
You about to get fucking caught again.
Cementos was fortunately there. He used his cement powers to create a wall so that Kirishima couldn't see him. So he got lucky.
And then he's looking out for his ass.
Something I do want to so something I want to ask you, and you might not know this. So the heroes show up with Ida, right? And we got the principal. We have the guy that can like duplicate himself or whatever. We have Midnight and all these other characters. What is the quirk of the guy with the guns? I'm like, all you're doing is shooting. I'm trying to figure out what your quirk is. I probably could just look that up, but just like the whole time, I'm just like, what is your power?
Freaking Red Dead Cowboy. I don't know. I don't know what his deal is.
It's like, what is
Dude, to this day, I'm like, what is you look more villainish or anti-heroish than being in this school, man. Like, not for it. But yeah, look that. I don't know. I have no idea.
Oh yeah. Also, and one more thing before we move on. When I was mentioning earlier about Jiro and Katamari, and the fact that she mentions, a flaw when it comes to his hero costume. So like they get attacked. It's her, it's those two, and it's Momo also, and they get attacked. And she's like, yo, can you help out? I mean, me and Momo doing all the work here, like, can you help out? He's like, yo, I can't do anything because if I use my abilities, I'm gonna end up hitting y'all. And she's like, well, why didn't you're an idiot, why didn't you tell them to put something in your suit or whatever so that your attacks can be more accurate? And they eventually Momo eventually, she creates insulation or whatever, and then he's able to use his ability to knock a lot of those guys out. But yeah, that was something that I'm sort of talked about earlier that I wanted to just elaborate it on. And once again, like you said earlier, he's always shorting himself out. Because he used too much power.
Yeah. It's unfortunate. He does this to himself. He's not putting enough of sense in the electric department. You're an idiot, dude. Why do you do this to you? Why do you do this to me? Why do you do this to me? You're making it look bad. You're making the power look bad. You're making it look like shit. Because you're an idiot. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. Even I have enough mindset, like, oh, I don't know, to keep a few dead batteries on me or something. At least not to go completely overboard with it. Like, to train myself to use this to, to not, like, become a... yes.
Yeah, he just goes... Yeah, his brain just turns to mush after he overuses his ability. That's a double-edged sword, unfortunately. But pretty much by the end of it, the teachers at UA, they're discussing it and everything. They're like, man, we got to make sure something like this never happens again. And then I believe the last scene that we see is All Might talking to his friend who's in the police department about it. I believe that's the last scene that we see. And then that's the end of the first season.
I believe it is.
And I feel like something like that. I feel like that attack on U.S.J. obviously it was really important because it gave everybody a chance to really um, gave everybody a chance to shine, and it also gave them exposure to what fighting, how fighting villains would be. And honestly, they didn't like. There were, of course, there were other characters that unfortunately didn't get too many chances to shine. I know, like I said before, Koda didn't really do anything. Sato, yeah, well, Sato did something. I think the ones that were really useless was Koda and Toru, I think. Cause I mean, Sero did something. I believe everyone did something. Even, and we haven't even mentioned this guy, Ojiro, the tail man. He did something. But and I think they said this at the end. The gay dude, Yoga or Ayama. I need to just say Ayama. So Ayama, I guess he was hiding the whole time. I think that's what they said. I think that's what they were inferring. Like, where was he the whole time? But everybody else, they were basically fighting for their life. I'm trying to think what. I think Ochaku was still at the entrance with everybody. With Sero and Sato. But yeah, I thought this, like I said, good arc, and it definitely helped. With their characters and everything. So that's it for the first season.
Like I said before, it really set up everything for where we were going for season 2, and just it was a good ending for season 1. Like, it established like these kids got it, man. Everyone has it. Not to keep bringing up the Naruto comparison, but I'm gonna. You aren't, but I'm gonna, because this may be like all of them. Even the ones that haven't gotten that much shine on them, like I kept telling you to watch this, like, everyone feels important. Everyone is getting shine here. Everyone. Even the ones that ain't, they got some. Spider-Man got some.
Because there really aren't a lot of there aren't Shinos in this. I mean, I guess the closest characters to Shino, like I mentioned earlier, it's like, okay, maybe Koda, maybe who's the other one I mentioned? Oh yeah, like Koda, and I mean Sato has his moments. He had a moment. He had a moment in the U.S.J. He had his moment. But I think like the closest one to Shino is Koda. And the excuse is like, up until the second season, we don't even hear this man talk, and you can tell he's like shy and stuff. So like that was the excuse for that character. I mean, everyone had a presence here. So, and also I meant to mention this earlier, but thank God there's no Hinata. Like there's no like wimpy. I'm gonna talk like this, Naruto. Like there's no character like that. Thank God.
Thank the Lord on that one. Like, Hirikoshi knows what he's doing. Like, he truly knows with these characters. It's amazing. To this day, it's still amazing to me.
Like 10 out of 10 for this just for this season alone. Like 10 out of 10 for this season. I didn't think it needed to be. I didn't think it needed to be any longer than it was. It was the perfect length. They got in, they got out. 12 episodes.
They got in, told what they need to tell, told what they need to tell with the story, especially for like, this is where we're going. This is season 1. Yeah, that's it. We're going to season 2.